The penultimate week of the BBR is upon us. We are playing against Panther 2. He is back in the draft community, someone who's been around for a long time, but I haven't got a chance to play, so super excited for that. If you're excited for today's battle, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you have not already. Trying to hit 1,000 this year, and would really appreciate if you could help me get there. So we're going to talk about the team quickly here. I am doing another showdown team builder, at least in this video, due to the fact that I am going on vacation coming up. Again, I know it's been kind of a wild month doing all these draft videos. I've kind of learned a little bit in terms of my schedule and how I want to do these videos that I really can't be doing 2 of them a week. Just takes up too much time. And we're definitely going to be cutting it down to 1 league next March. Got a lot coming out though for that league. That league is going to be very exciting. So make sure you're subscribed for that league. So let's talk about the matchup a little bit against Panther and what I brought. I'm bringing Punching Glove Palafin with agility and close combat. Agility actually allows me to outspeed Iron Bundle, one of the threatening Pokemon on Panther's team. That's going to be really crucial in this matchup, as Iron Bundle is a Pokemon I struggle with greatly to actually check decently in this matchup. So I can get an agility off on something and then claim it with either a Jet Punch or a close combat, and then allow me to outspeed and kill the Iron Bundle with close combat. And then flip turn Jet Punch just gives me general coverage across the rest of the matchup. Focus Sash Meowscarada is another way I have to handle the Iron Bundle as a lead. Allows me to get some spikes up to push some offensive pressure on that Iron Bundle. Force it to not come in as often to take hazards. And then U-turn Flower Trick Knockoff is just a general set of coverage moves. Allow me to hit a lot of Pokemon on my opponent's team, very effectively. Yachi Berry Raging Bolt with 240 special attack, 12 defense. This 12 defense actually is really important for living hits from Terra Blast Ground from Talonflame. Bulk Up Talonflame is a potential option to come in this matchup. And then Yachi Berry gives me some additional ways to play around Iron Bolt, or not Iron Bolt, God, I can't even speak today, against Iron Bundle to allow me to Thunderbolt or Volt Switch off that Pokemon depending on the HP that it's at. We have a standard Magikarp Rocky Helmet Clefable. Panther has an Urshifu, and this is just one of the best Urshifu checks in the game. Moonlight for longevity, Stealth Rocks to get additional hazards up, including the spikes from the Meowscarada. Allows me to put a metric ton of pressure on Iron Bundle specifically, and then deal a decent amount of damage to some of his other walls that he has on his team. And then Moonblast just as the coverage move to hit the Urshifu if Panther does bring Iron Head. And then Knockoff just to knock off a common switch in to this Pokemon. Could be something like the Weezing, which might be able to take advantage of leftovers or Rocky Helmet in this matchup. And then we have Skeledirge here, just kind of a standard spit off wall this week with Slack Off, Will-O-Wisp, Torch Song, and Shadow Ball. Unaware as well, just kind of for the ability. Not much to say here. And then Choice Scarf, Iron Jugulus to kind of round out the team as a way to kind of clean up the end game against a lot of what my opponent's trying to do. So that's the team. Let's get right into the battle. All right. This game doesn't mean a lot, but there's a lot of pride on the line, at least for me. I'd like to at least win some of my games in the season. So I'm putting in a big team this week. He had Urshifu, which he did not bring. So my Clefable is kind of like not that useful anymore. And he had Iron Bundle, which he also did not bring. So there goes my Focus Sash Allure Meowscarada option. So he brought maybe a little bit more. He brought a little more heat of a team than I did, which I don't know. It is what it is. I'm definitely still trying to put my best foot forward to win here. And as much as I like to have fun at the end of these things, I also do really enjoy winning. So let's end off on a good note. I'm expecting something like a Swampert lead here, realistically. Ogerpon lead is also probably pretty good. Yeah, that's what we see here. So what's nice about the Focus Sash is I can't just like kind of hit this thing twice and kind of kill it. Yeah, with the I could just U-turn. I kind of think I just U-turn, to be honest. I don't see a reason not to U-turn. Off this U-turn is going to do a massive amount of damage to this guy, and I kind of have to expect him to switch and not want to take. Is this really going to do like 78%? Yeah, he's definitely going to switch. There's no way he stays in and eats this U-turn for no reason. Goes into the Weezing. Now my team doesn't break Weezing as particularly well as I would like, unfortunately. Which is fine. He does have Rocky Helmet on Weezing, so that's good. to note. We get that out the way early in terms of knowledge. What I kind of want to do actually is I can get my Palafin form off here, which is actually pretty nice. That'll be I think a good productive use of the turn here. So let's bring in the Palafin. I do a punching glove, so we'll be fine on the damage side here, just to get some flip turn chip off and get this thing into the mega, not the mega, get it into like the actual good form. A little bit of crit chip. Oh yeah, punching glove is not. It's protective pads that does the rock helmet, of course. That's going to give me some good chip here. And I think I want to go into my heavy duty boots. Skeledirge here. He's going to get to some toxic spikes up, which is actually really, really good against the build that I brought. My team is actually pretty susceptible to toxic spikes. I don't have Ogie Dogie. That's actually kind of wild of a bring, I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure how I really feel about him having brought that. And I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here. This punishes Swampert coming in, which I would really like to do. I don't see him going Goldango. Like, that would just be unrealistic. The Swampert does come in nice. Really, really want to get this burn off here. That would be massive. You know what? It is what it is. You know what? What do you know? I don't get the burn off on the Swampert, which would have been, like, actually massive in this game. Well, I definitely don't want to go for it again. That would be not really a good move to go for. I expect some sort of flip turn here is the most likely thing to happen here. I do a Magic Guard and Rocking Helmet, so I think I'm just going to go into Clefable to get some damage off on the Swampert this way. I'm going to get poisoned, which is fine. I am Magic Guard this week. And then he doesn't really have a great thing to go into. He'd have to flip turn into Goldango here. And flip turning into Goldango would be pretty good for him. That was one of the things in prep that we were considering as kind of being a big problem in this matchup, was getting Goldango in on Clefable is very, very good. And he gets up to Stealth Rock, so he's just going to get out some hazards here. Early game hazards, always going to do well in this matchup. Now, I really think he's just going to try to get in his Goldango at this point, predicting a Stealth Rock. That would be the most likely play here. So I'm just going to get a knockoff here. He is going to flip turn, and I expect it to be into that Goldango. So really want to get the knockoff, because what that'll allow me to do is to prevent Choice Specs Goldango from being a problem in this matchup. That was one of the most problematic parts of the team that I had built, was Choice Specs Goldango kind of goes crazy against me. And getting this knockoff here, he's just Colbur Berry. Okay, so that's good to note. That knockoff will be nice. A little bit of chip, not a lot. But that's certainly good to get that damage early. Now if I go into Goldango, he could be nasty plot. So I could just go into Skeledirge here. I don't think he could Raw Shadow Ball. I could just also go Meowscarada. Meowscarada actually can't really threaten this Pokemon back though yet. So if I go this, then I can definitely just go. I'm just gonna go into Skeledirge for now. I don't think he can predict. He's gonna predict me to go into Skeledirge, and if he nasty plots up, then that's perfect, because I can just get a Torch Song off and deal a massive amount of damage to this. And he is going to get the prediction right and get the Shadow Ball off, so this should do over half. Yep, that is going to do a lot of damage. So this is Timid, judging by the damage. So that is about 272 or 2. Is this Modest actually? That might actually be Modest. So he did get that play right. I could have gone into something like I went into the what's it called? The Iron Jugulus of the mock that I did. And I could have considered that as a play here, but I think that would be a little bit aggressive. Now, question is do I actually need this Pokemon? And I kind of still think I do for the Lottie in the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now make the play to go here. This Pokemon still does the decent job of checking Latias, and while I did have to take a lot of damage, I do get to bait the Shadow Ball again and come into this. Now I do have to take Stealth Rocks to do this, and he's going to get a Shadow Ball off. Should definitely not take a lot from this. Yeah, I'm going to be able to come in on rocks 2 more times in this battle, which is super good. And because I'm Choice Scarf, I'm going to outspeed and get a powerful Dark Pulse off here. He's going to withdraw. We'll see what he goes into. Not a lot is really going to enjoy taking this hit. Swampert is going to take it, man. If this Swampert was burned, it would be in a really, really difficult spot coming in here. Yeah, the burn damage would have been super nice in this spot. So could this thing... So I think what I want to do is I think Goldango is likely to just come back in, or they're going to just want to try to flip turn back into Goldango. So I'm going to go right back into Clefable, try to get some more Rocky Helmet chip off on this Pokemon. I think that'll be crucial here, as he's just going to go for the flip turn as expected. And that's going to not be able to come in now on my Choice Scarf Iron Jugulus. So Choice Specs Iron Jugulus, or Choice Scarf Iron Jugulus, actually looks to do a lot in this matchup right now, which is massive. That is going to be really, really huge. And he's going to bring the Goldango in here, and there's really not much I can do about this at this point. I'm really in a tough spot. The question is do I have to sack this thing off? Now, this thing was really just here for the... I mean, this was primarily here for the Urshifu, which actually didn't come. So that kind of changes a little bit, and I think this might be modest. It could be... So Mega Rain's going to kill. Shadow Ball actually doesn't kill. And if he's no item, then I'm doing a little bit, actually. I could get up my rocks. Rocks are pretty nice here. I'm just going to attack this thing, get some more damage with the knockoff. He's going to Shadow Ball nice, so I should be able to live this and get off a little bit more chip damage on this Pokemon. And that's going to put it in a... That's some nice HP to have. Now, I would like to have this as a switch in again to the... I would like to have this actually as a switch in still to the flip turn from the Swampert. So do I want to get aggressive here and go into my Meowscarada? But Meowscarada is going to be really good still at checking. It's still going to be really good at checking the Ogerpon in this spot. Do I really need... I don't really need this Pokemon. It's either this Pokemon or... So I'm gonna try to get up rocks here. It's either this Pokemon or the Skeletors that I keep around. I think Skeletors are gonna be slightly more valuable in the long run. Here though, I definitely do just bring in my... I don't want to bring this Pokemon in just yet. I actually do think I can bring it in. I can bring it in twice after rocks now, which is fine. I do just want to pick this Pokemon off. The end game... I still need this Pokemon at least once for the end game against Latias, though this will probably be able to do a decent amount against that too. So we have one more to bring this in before we have to keep considerations against Latias. So let's bring this in. Let's get a bit of a Dark Pulse going. Dark Pulse is going to do a lot to this and a lot to anything that wants to switch in. So I should be able to pick up my kill here to trade off for my Clefable, which is important. Though he has got a lot of hazards up, which is very, very crucial against the team that I prepped. The way that he's built and played this has actually worked very well against my build, even though I was building for certain scenarios against his team like Talonflame, Iron Bundle, and Urshifu. This specific build is actually working very, very well in this spot. So he's going to switch to preserve that. So we still have this as a way to revenge that later. And he's going to go into Swampert. So this is going to be sacked off here to the Iron Jugulus. Not going to obviously put it, not going to kill it here, but we get to get the Dark Pulse off here now with Iron Jugulus, and that'll be that for Swampert. So we're going to pick one back up here, which is super important right now. We need to get Swampert out the way. That is, one of the more problematic Pokemon, especially now that we don't have Clefable as a way to to switch in on flip turns. He's going to go Latias. Is this Choice Scarf Lati? Question here is why go into this? He's telegraphing pretty heavily that he's Choice Scarf Lati, but if he is, then I think I'm perfectly fine to just take a Dragon move and then go right into my... Yep, and he is definitely Scarf. So that's fine. That's good information to get on that Pokemon. That helps us actually kind of exponentially in the late game here. So if I go into Latias on the calc... So I actually do get a free slack off here with my... if it's Timid Scarf, which it probably would have to be in this matchup, I think, if he's trying to outspeed the Iron Jugulus on booster energy. So I get to bring in my Skeletors here and just get a slack off going and get some of this health back, which will be super crucial for the rest of the game here. I expect him to play around this and probably switch out. Losing the Argilis is also, it is a little frustrating, but I think getting the information on this being Scarf is really, really critical. That's gonna help make this Skeledirge a lot more, useful of an answer to this. And if he just decides to attack and Dragon Pulses, then I'm in a really good spot, because I'm gonna be able to gain basically all of this back, and then put, him in a really, really tough position. So what is my win con now at this point? I think it's going to be Meowscarada is probably one of the biggest ways to win. And I'm going to get a lot of HP back here. That's huge. The Ogerpon is coming. Wyrdeer is coming in. Okay, let's think about what this Pokemon wants to do. So it's a double. It could be a Double Dancer. It could be a Specs user. Specs Earth Power is, potentially doing a lot here to me, and I don't have a great answer to Specs Earth Power. How much is Meowscarada? Like, Meowscarada is killing. I could just Scout if this is Choice Specs and just go for a Slack Off. I could also just Willow. It could be a setup set. I should be faster than this unless he has speed in it, but I also might just want to attack. So if he substitute, if I Willow, then I'm okay with that. If he Specs, because then I can just go straight into Meowscarada and then revenge it, put pressure with Knockoff and U-turn. I'm just going to go for the Willow, just to try to play around a Double Dance. He is going to Shadow Ball. I should be able to take this every time. That's going to give... Oh, that Spit F Drop is fine, though the problem I have now at this spot is I should have slacked off. I was maybe a little bit paranoid about setup in this spot, but that is definitely... It's definitely Choice Specs. Question is does he expect me to play around this? I kind of do really want this Pokemon. I can always get health back on Weezing, so I'm just going to go hard into my Meowscarada. I'm going to have to take a lot of damage to do this, on top of taking the hit, taking the poison, taking the rocks. So that's going to make this difficult long term. But that's the game with hazards. I don't have a remover this week. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball. I should be able to take this, effectively enough. And that'll, that's not great, but I definitely do get a knockoff here, which is crucial. I could get up a Spike as well. I do expect that Weezing to come in. The Weezing would come in, wouldn't it? I like my Raging Bolt a lot, actually, in this endgame right now. It's starting to look really, really good for that. And my agility, what's it called? I don't actually, I kind of actually want to U-turn. Because if I U-turn off of this Pokemon and he goes into Weezing, then I get a good chance to get my health back on my Skeledirge, which is really, really important right now. And I am going to get an opportunity to do that, which is crucial. And I do get to preserve this as a potential sack. Get some opportunity to come in after rocks, potentially, though. I don't know what damage health I'm at, so I don't know how likely that realistically is. In this spot, it's definitely not, because I'm at 10%. Yeah, it looks like this is just a sack now. But I do get to bring this back in. I do get to heal up, which is really nice. I'm really, really happy about that. I could Willow. Willow would be nice into the Ogerpon. That would actually be really good into Ogerpon. I'm starting to run into some positions where... what is the Ogerpon versus Palafin Calc? I mean, if I get an agility up on something, this Palafin is going to start getting a little bit menacing for him to deal with. Though I still don't have a good way to deal with the Latias. So it'll probably have to be a lure on this Raging Bolt, which I think I'm probably content with, given how I think the end game can go with... I'm going to Torch Song. I'm going to try to get more damage. He is going to withdraw. Okay, nice. So let's see what he goes into, whether it's something like the Wyrdeer. He goes into the Wyrdeer, so I'm glad I clicked Torch Song here. It would have been nice to get a... it would have been nice to get some... It would have been nice to get some health back, but I don't have a switch in for this at this point. So that's kind of, a big problem. Though I do get to keep this, actually. So what I can do here, if I go into Pokemon, what are my options? So I sack Meowscarada. I keep this as a way to check the Weezing still. I have a good opportunity to bring in Palafin after and just like Jet Punch this. Jet Punch should be doing a lot at this point to Wyrdeer. Yeah, like Jet Punch is doing over half at this point. And you can go into the Latias. I can also just flip turn actually off that guy, which is crucial. So what I'm going to do is just sack the Meowscarada at this point. Choice Specs Wyrdeer is pretty, it's been a fire bring for Panther, but we're going to have to let this guy go down to the Stealth Rocks and give that as a kill to Swampert, unfortunately, for Panther. And he does click Shadow Ball, which makes sense. And we're going to bring in... Yeah, this should assuredly be in range of flip turn. And then we're going to go for the flip turn here, because he either elects to switch out. He switches out, he goes into something like the Weezing, which gives me another opportunity to get back in my my Skeledirge here. So we're just going to get the flip turn off. We're always outspeeding this thing. Now that we know that we're pretty much certain it's Choice Specs, he's going to switch out. I'd really like to see him go into something like Latias here. He goes into Weezing. Don't like that I have to take this damage. Do not like that I have to take this damage. But the pressure is starting to be on here, and if I get the next couple of plays right, then I actually think I'm in a really, really good position to win this, because I can slack off here and live any hit from that Wyrdeer pretty freely, and then I can either kill the Wyrdeer, or if he stays in, I can kill this. So I'm going to slack off here, expecting the Wyrdeer to come back in. And this will buy me a little bit of extra, time. So let's see, make sure I have the calcs up here good against Wyrdeer. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable in this spot at this point, living basically any hit, and I'm not recovering more than I'm gaining back. But I'm killing this Pokemon, which is nice, because he's doing a lot now. If I get hacks, they get hacks. That's unfortunate. But Wyrdeer, I do have outs here now in this game to the rest of his team. So let's Torch Song. No crits, no whammies. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Oh my god, dude. That's crazy. Oh, that's such a brutal turn. What am I even supposed to do there? Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think I'm pretty much locked out. There's really not much I can do. This Raging Bolt's gonna have to go on Demon Time here to win me this game. Oh, that's so dumb. Oh, what a game. I guess the question here is how do I approach it from now? Man, the fact that I have to kill this Wyrdeer now, I don't actually think I have enough turns. I mean, that's just frustrating. All things considered, I think I have to go this first. And just, I could agility, but I don't think that's going to be productive. I think it's just Jet Punch, honestly. I think Jet Punch is my only effective play here. I could flip turn. I doubt he goes Latias, because I have the ability to click Ice Punch now. Into this Wyrdeer given the HP, but I should either get this or the Latias. He's going to withdraw probably into Weezing just to keep it safe. Yeah, the Weezing. So we're going to get another kill with Palafin, which is nice. His Jet Punch should assuredly kill at this point. No, it doesn't. Well, what I'm going to do here is I definitely need a flip turn, or Jet Punch does. So I think I need to flip turn. It's going to take a lot of damage, but I need this potentially as a last move, flip turn. I need a last turn Jet Punch, I think, potentially, to get this now at this point. Not having the, not getting the Wyrdeer kill and having to kill with this is like truly infuriating, honestly, to say the least. And he probably has Draco Meteor on his thing. I don't even think no, I should be able to live one set of rocks. Certainly. So I at least get one jet punch off on his team, which will be nice. So that jet punch should be crucial. I expect Latias to come out here. That would be what I would expect to come out here. I have to take some poison damage. So, I mean, I live a Dragon Pulse if he brings out Scarf Latias. If he does bring out Scarf Latias as Draco Meteor, then I'm hoping he misses, I guess. So I think this is what it was coming down to anyway, was that Latias set. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes here. This should be pretty instantaneous. So if he's not going instantaneous, that means he probably has Dragon Pulse as his only dragon coverage on Scarf Lati. Would be my guess. Otherwise, I could see him going into something like the Goldango here. Goldango would be good, just to also get some more poison off on this Pokemon. I really wanted to bring Okidogi to this matchup too, which would have, really helped with the Toxic Spike, because the biggest gap to me winning this game now is Toxic Spikes. Well, this is an interesting bring here, because I'm definitely faster going to kill this, so I think he's just going for the poison damage to guarantee the 2-hit KO. So I'm going to do here is I should just be faster than this, right? Oh man, what is the speed on this thing? I think there's like a decent chance that he's faster. So if you bring this in, does he just switch out, or did he try to get Wyrdeer the kill? I'm just going to Thunderclap. Yeah, he's going to stay in. So I get a kill here. Wyrdeer gets the kill on the Wyrdeer, which, is a Pokemon that should have died already. But, we're getting ever closer to Latias just being able to pick us off with the Choice Scarf. And I think we're pretty much in range now. But I think you go into one other Pokemon to guarantee the range. I mean, the range is guaranteed at this point, so I think they have to go into it. Though they might not know that range. They could assume that I'm Habanberry. Which, I mean, it's a potential in this matchup, certainly, for me to run Habanberry. I am Yachi Berry for a lure on the Iron Bundle. So that's actually, a reasonable thing for them to try to play around in this spot. Problem is that they bring Ogerpon Cornerstone, I can't do anything. So that's the win condition here. To guarantee it is just to go Ogerpon Cornerstone. And from their side and just click Ivy Cudgel and kill this. They go Goldango, okay. I don't think there's much I can really do about this guy. I guess I could technically pick up more differential by going for Thunderbolt. I'm living any hit from this thing, so I'm just going to go Thunderbolt here. See what they want to do. Oh, he's just going to recover. That makes sense. Yeah, that's the other win condition. If they just have recover here. On Goldango, that's going to be able to pick it up here. Can I get a Paralyze so I can at least get some hacks back and get this game? Looks like the game's not going to let me have that, though, unfortunately. And that's probably going to be a loss, which is unfortunate. I think the crit on Wyrdeer I don't think really mattered. I think what was really good about this matchup was the Toxic Spikes for our opponent here. The Toxic Spikes was crucial to them being able to win this game. And, I had considered Okidogi, but was not actually a mon I brought on the team this week. So let's see. It should kill. Oh, it doesn't. All right, we get a kill. Nice. Guarantee kill. And they just go Latias at this point to guarantee and put one in the bag here. To just go Latias, because that'll be guaranteed against any sort of situation with the Palafin. And both Pokemon are guaranteed anyway. I can't kill both. So, good game to Panther. I think it could have been maybe a little closer at the end, and I think I maybe could have made some different plays over the course of the game. But this is, we're at garbage time of the season, so these results are not, the most life or death, let's say, in terms of how we play them, and we're looking to have some fun. So I brought a real team, a pretty good team, and I thought had some good good play in this matchup. But unfortunately, to what Panther brought just didn't exactly work out. And kind of, got whittled down by the hazard game. If I had heavy duty boots on this, maybe it would have been better, but that is it. That is all we have for this week of the BBR. Good game to Panther, really well played, and, built on his part. Next week we got Marcus to end off BBR season. A rough couple of months of draft league. But as I said, March is a clean slate, and I definitely know I can play better, and definitely will play better in March with a lot of, a lot of my schedule stuff freeing up. March will be a great month for draft on the channel. So we'll see you then, and have a wonderful day.